You have done this to me, now I will show you how much it pains. Don't plot, it will spoil your consciousness. What we can do is first we cool down by our serving Krishna, and then in a very loving way clarify with people. Very important principle. Situation of Prahlad is a very superlative aspect of tolerance. Why? Because Prahlad Maharaj, Hare Krishna, is very, very compassionate. He regards his father so much and he respects his father so much that he doesn't see him as an enemy at all. He sees his father as he has become affected by his pride, affected by his envy, you know. So he's in a mood of compassion towards his father.
Can you say that he was a small child? So how can we compare this example?
Whether how could he attack?
How could he defend him? Because he's a 5 years old child.
No, that is definitely you can make it. But then the consciousness of Prahlad. No, but even a small child you see retaliates. Even if you catch a small child and do something, he will show his retaliation, right?
1 and 2 years old boy, you should.
Prahlad is not weak. Prahlad is not weak. Yes, Prahlad is not.
5 years old.
Yes.
Boy is not affected here.
Prahlad is not doing it because of his weakness. It is not that he's not retaliating because I'm weak. If I'm too small, I will be subjugated. Because he spoke very. Actually, he retaliated. You are saying he didn't retaliate. Actually, he retaliated. Whenever the father would say something, he would speak back. Right? The moment he said something on Vishnu, he says, "My dear father, please don't speak like this. It is not befitting you to speak in this way." So he was never like appeasing Hiranyakashipu.
He was not actually a 5-year-old boy. He was not an ordinary 5-year-old boy.
That's fine, but the point that we are trying to say is he defended. He was very strong when it came to the regard of Krishna, but when it came to himself, he accepted.
His maturity is 5 years of Brahma.
There are two things. One, we came to know this first time that he had great regards to his father, and
Yes.
he was thinking ye Maya ke jaal mein.
How do you know he had regard for his father?
Because he was not really reacting.
Because later, when Narsimhadev asked for something, he says, "My dear Lord, please don't become upset with my father. He was somehow carried away by the modes. So you please give him deliverance."
And second thing
So
is,
Lord delivered him.
Lord said, "Prahlad, you don't need a mention. 21 generations connected to you
he will liberate it.
will be delivered. 21 पीढ़ियां आपसे संबंधित जो भी है सब डिलीवर हो जाए."
And second thing also, Prabhuji, he
And
has
then just a word. And then you know what Narsimhadev said? Prahlad, you should do the final rites for your father.
Really?
Yes. Should do final rites for your father, what is due. So Narsimhadev was also not upset with
No, but why does
Hiranyakashipu.
Prahlad not have to final rites? Lord has already done the final rites.
The Lord is setting a precedence, but it's also showing that Narsimhadev had no vengeance on Hiranyakashipu. He also had great love for Hiranyakashipu because he is the part and parcel. He's Jai Vijay. Prahlad had no.
he is a jiva.
His Jiva.
Jai Vijay.
Yes, Jai Vijay, who got cursed to come down to this world, that gatekeepers, they only became, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. But the point that I'm trying to say is, the Lord does not have any vengeance towards Hiranyakashipu. He loves him for who he is, but he has to do the operation like a surgeon. Even Lord Ram told Vibhishan, we should do final rites of Raman.
We heard first time.
Right? So you understand the Lord is not envious of Ravan. तूने मेरी पत्नी का अपहरण किया, तेरे को देख लेता हूं. That is not the reason Lord Ram killed Ravan. Lord is not envious. Nrsimhadev is not envious of Hiranyakashipu. The Lord is filled with love, but he knows the way to deliver the demon is to kill. उसका और कोई मेरे पास काउंसलिंग गाइडेंस समझाना बुझाना चलबे ना, लातों के भूत, तो उनको मार के ही सुधार सकता हूं, इसीलिए भगवान उनको मारते। भगवान में कोई द्वेष नहीं है, भगवान में कोई हिंसा नहीं है, भगवान में सिर्फ प्रेम है। वो मारना भी प्रेम है, गले लगाना भी प्रेम है, राइट? सो द मोस्ट वेल विशर ऑफ हिरण्यकशिपु वर नरसिम्हदेव एंड प्रहलाद महाराज, द लॉर्ड एंड डिवोटी, द ग्रेटेस्ट वेल विशर ऑफ हिरण्यकशिपु, whom he thought are the greatest enemies. And actually they were the greatest well-wishers and benefactors. Right? So that means if we have the Lord and devotees, we should know we are in the safest position. And that is why the great souls, when they see the Lord, what do they pray? They pray, my dear Lord, keep me in the association. They don't say, keep me with you. He said, because in the association, you are automatically there. And in the association, I will be always protected, nourished by the devotees. Right? So it's a great aspect. So here Prabhupada says, tolerance means to bear insult. Is it easy? Someone dishonors us or someone insults us, and what does Prabhupada say? One should practice to bear insult or dishonor. Someone may say, Prabhu, this is inhuman. Right? So if we get insult, we get dishonor on a personal note, then we should try to not become inimical. Right? We should try to tolerate and forgive. Another thing, if you don't tolerate and forgive, more than the person, you burn. उसका तो छोड़ दो, उसका क्या होगा, but हम जल जल के राख हो जाते हैं. Right? So tolerance is more important for us than the other person, isn't it? If you want to really be kind to yourself, forgive them. Because if you don't forgive, वो दिन रात हमारे हृदय में उसकी छवि और उसकी सोच हमको सताएगी, isn't it? बिल्कुल नहीं. So tolerance and forgiveness is important if you want undeviated intelligence on Krishna.
But Prabhu, forgiving is a very important aspect, but if we tolerate, then the other person might consider it as a green signal, they might take undue advantage of us. So in that spur of the moment, are we supposed to?
So you have to be intelligent. Just like there was a disciple of Narad Muni, who was a disciple of the snake. The snake became a devotee of Narad. So because he became a devotee, bhakta, he would not hiss at anyone. He would not show its fun and hiss, and not bite anyone. So whenever he is roaming, he is not biting, he is not hissing. So what are people doing? Beating it, hitting stones. And because he's become Vaishnava, he's doing pranam, mancha kalpatal, mancha kalpatal. But all are hitting him. So he came back brutally injured to Narada. He said, my dear Guru Maharaj, I have become Vaishnava. I'm paying obeisances. I'm not biting anyone, harming anyone. But I'm becoming injured. What should I do? Narada said, I told you not to bite. But I didn't tell you not to hiss. Not to defend. He said, you show so that you are protected. But don't bite. So similarly, if somebody is dealing with us inappropriately, it is important for us to deal in such a way that they don't do more harm, and in that way they become wrongly. It's not good for them also to act in irreligious way, right? So that is important also. Now see, all these principles you will see are very fine aspects. When to do this and when to do this. You have to really be conscientious, because sometimes we become more bothered to make him settled in religious principles than fixing our religious principle and growing in our humility and tolerance. That is why the primary thing should be our system, and the secondary thing should be creating discipline. But if the primary thing becomes दुनिया को सुधारना है, right? Because in that energy, our self development may not happen.
Give the example, this is not only. मेरे को कोई property के लिए कोई बोला कि you are this property. Give me writing, I'll give you. Reply. You not give me writing. तो जो मैं writing में दे देता, उसको पुलिस आके कोर्ट से उठा के उसको ले जाता चालन. How did you write this? How did you give him this?
Yeah, so we have to be intelligent, we have to be legally correct. But it has to be a balance. That situation also should make us a little more tolerant. Now, this situation I'm not saying. If somebody dubiously doing something, he needs to be dealt with, right? But in general, we would be put in situations somebody may throw insult, somebody may honor us, somebody may not dishonor us, but somebody may honor us less. For us, that is also sufficient to disturb our para, right? Not all situations may be gross, there may be subtle situations. So, in those situations, how do we deal in relationships? We should understand, okay, they spoke an insult, but that's my friend, that's my family. So, I should find a way to settle it. So, there are three principles in dealing with people and using tolerance: with superiors, with friends, and with subordinates, right? So, if it is superiors, it should, the sense of respect and service should always be the mood, and in that mood we should deal it. Make sense what I'm saying? Like for example, a superior gives you a disregard, so the mood of respect and mood of service should be the feeling, and in that feeling you can clarify. Otherwise we can become inimical. मुझे ऐसा क्यों कहती है? This subject, what I'm saying, is a very deep subject. It may need even a whole presentation, but I'm just giving you in gist. If you can learn these three principles, what I'm telling you, we can be peaceful and undisturbed and happy all the time. All our unhappiness is because of improper dealings with people, and then we get so much of reaction that we become unhappy. So the first thing I'm saying is, when you're dealing with your superiors, the quality that should be there is a sense of respect and service. जो भी हो, अगर वो हमसे बड़े हैं, उनके प्रति आदर और सेवा भाव पहले, और उस आदर और सेवा भाव के साथ आप जो भी हुआ है क्लैरिफाई करो. Without, if you give up that mood and say let's clear it, then you will see whole. Because for a superior, if you don't respect him and lovingly serve him, that is more disturbing than if he has gone wrong. Make sense?
Very true.
The mistake, they may not mind, okay, I went wrong, no problem, I'll correct it. For example, or if the delta is improper. But if you don't give the due respect and service, which actually forms the basis of dealing in relationship, it's like Maryada. If you don't do that, our clarifying the issue can be violent. And that can spoil the whole atmosphere. So what do you do more than that, as these principles are showing how to do? You see, this is more fine dealings. What Krishna is, the field of activities you're dealing with, the consciousness with which you deal is an important training to be more effective. And one who knows these principles, aram se, he can rule the world, right? Because he will administer trust. Now, the second, when you're dealing with friends, the mood that you should carry is of friendship. And in that mood of friendship, you clarify issues. Don't make him enemy and then deal the situation. ये तो गद्दार है, इससे तो अपेक्षा नहीं की थी. नहीं, he's my friend, he's my family. So we have to settle scores. मतलब, he will continue to be my friend even after the issue is solved. He continues to be my family even after the issue is solved. So I cannot break my relationship for the issue. Make sense? So that feeling of friendship has to be the layer in which you resolve issues. Now this needs a little work on yourself. And third, when you're dealing with your subordinates, there has to be a feeling of kindness and compassion, like you would deal with your children to grow them. Whether it's your employee, whether it's your some help or anyone, they're like your children. How will you deal with your children? Compassion. That means even if I discipline you, I want you to be better. My giving you something is not to look down upon you and make you like feel bad and lowly. It is in the mood, and see, people can reflect all the consciousness you keep, they can feel it. Your friends can feel it, your superiors can feel it, your subordinates can feel it. If you feel affection and you regard them, they can feel it. Even if you shout. For example, I'm not saying you shout, but so you put that regard of compassion and kindness, and then you deal with the issue. Right? Basically, you need to correct them or correct the situation, but you don't want to go down in your consciousness. So the mistake has happened, the dishonor has happened. But now how you react, you'll go up or go down. Already the damage is done. But now if you misdeal in that, you go more down.
The worst part is totally when we react, we see that we burn ourselves.
That I was telling. If you don't forgive others, you keep holding on, it's not good. And that's why how do we reconcile? It is said in the Bhagavatam. You understand, look, it's my own karma coming back to purify me, and Krishna is kind. So maybe I have been disregarding to others, that now I am being taught a lesson that I should not be dealing so. So we take more responsibility so that we don't flare up. Right? Because if you only put the blame on the other person, then very difficult to reconcile and be calm. But you understand, okay, Krishna is around and Krishna has kind of planted him and sanctioned him to be impolite to me. To maybe make me humble. Maybe I'm become very puffed up. And you will see Krishna will do this. This you can see in all our lives. Krishna loves to make his devotees humble. Right? Whenever we become a little puffed up, he'll punch her. Someone he'll empower. Jao, sui laga kya. And then immediately you become humble, everything starts feeling nice. When we are puffed up, we start disregarding and feeling distaste. सब चीज में डिस्टेस्ट लगेगा. अरे ये ऐसा क्यों, ये वैसा क्यों, ये ऐसा क्यों. भगवान बोलते हैं बहुत फूल गया है, बहुत पफ्ड अप मीन्स फूल गया है, जाके उसको सुई लगा के आओ. तो कोई तो जाएगा अनएक्सपेक्टेड और सुई लगा के आ जाए. Then we become humble. Then say, Krishna, thank you very much. So you can see Krishna's hand, you can tolerate. If you don't see Krishna's hand, very difficult to tolerate. If you understand it is Krishna's sent purification to make me humble, tolerate. But yes, you have to deal in the relationships well, because if you hold scars in your relationships, that is also not so good. So deal with people in a very, as I said, the mood of emotion and clarify. very important in relationships is tolerance should not mean you don't clarify and let the scar stay inside. If you are not capable of forgetting them, that means we are not tolerated them. Tolerance means forgot. नेक्स्ट टाइम कोई मेंशन भी नहीं आएगा, उसको बोलते हैं टॉलरेंस. अगर अपने उस लेवल पे नहीं है, we are not at Prahlad's level that somebody came to kill us and we don't, like, you don't hear Prahlad remembering मेरे पिताजी ने मुझे ऐसे मारा था, वैसे मारा था, आज मैं प्रतिशोध लूंगा. नरसिम्हदेव और मारो उसको. You don't see that. He says, be compassionate. It is rather Narsimhadev is kind of, you did this to my devotee. I want to teach you a lesson. But Prahlad never remembers. The thought even doesn't come to him. So we are not on that level. For us, we cannot tolerate. So at least we should not kill people. Step one, don't kill them. Don't destroy them. Don't plot against them. Don't try to make them small.
Yes.
Right? You have done this to me, now I will show you how much it pains. Don't plot, it will spoil your consciousness. What we can do is first we cool down by our serving Krishna, and then in a very loving way clarify with people. Very important principle. I think all of us do it because all of you are live relationships, so how could you without clarifying? Clarify, and then you see sometimes when you lovingly clarify in a humble way, the other person tells you something what we did has created a lot of annoyance, due to which the reaction has come in the future. तो फिर आपको पता चलता है मैंने ही आग लगाई थी, आग लगा के छोड़ दिया, वो जल गया, जला हुआ आके मेरे ऊपर फेंक रहा है. So it is very difficult to see ourselves very objectively. It is easy to put. So humility would mean I can see that I could be wrong. In one way, humility can also be seen as शायद मैं भी गलत हो सकता, शायद ये होता नहीं है बट हो सकता है. एटलीस्ट वो तो डाउट आना चाहिए. अगर किसी को डाउट नहीं आ रहा है कि मैं गलत हो सकता हूं, तो अहंकार की चट्टान पे खड़ा है. नो, आई कैन नॉट बी रॉन्ग, आई एम एब्सोल्युटली राइट. Humility means maybe I could go wrong, so I should give a benefit or not. Maybe I should consider. That's a devotee.